This is my rehearsal for North Chatting School. Got the blazer on, trying to just look a bit more professional than a shirt. Well, you know what I mean. I've just got to look a little bit smarter on that because it's my first go at it. So this is my training process, my way of just getting a bit of practice in, bit of this, that, and the other. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and start with. My name's Jack Nolan, and today I'm going to share my story with you of how I've battled with difficult situations and circumstances, from anxiety, depression, psychosis, being bullied all my life, and unfortunately being a victim of crime. So I'm going to start from the very beginning. I think my journey starts at primary school, because in primary school I was the kid who was shy, bit of a geek, wasn't very clever, wasn't bright, and I used to cry a lot. Cry openly to everyone. Now, if you're the kid in the class who cries all the time, how difficult is it to make friends? Very difficult, because no one wants to associate themselves to you, and it's a very hard time for you to go through. It's a hard, difficult situation to be in if you're that kid who cries all the time. But no one even understood why, and it was because I was suffering with depression and anxiety. And I was anxious about everything. Tests, being around people, looking like I was, becoming nothing, and I had no progress, nothing to make me smile, nothing to make me want to go in school and be happy. Because I had a limited amount of friends, because people didn't want to be around me. So it was me against them in a way. And even teachers would negatively say things about me, so that I couldn't achieve anything, I didn't have the confidence to do anything, I was wasting my time trying to do trying to do the little tasks and stuff like that, trying to do things. I just had no confidence poured into me at all, just pure negative conditioning. So when I got into high school, I seen it as an opportunity to change myself, to create a new identity, that I could do something, be something, and be whatever I wanted to be. So I went through different roles of being a bit of a chav, being a bit of a skelly, being a bit of this, being a bit of that, and I still couldn't fit in anywhere. I just couldn't find the flow with anything. So I just decided I'm just going to be me. And if that means I'm an outcast, then so be it. I might have limited friends, so be it. But I was who I was, and it was just what I had to go through to get where I am today. So I started off by trying to get back to the academic scene, trying to get my grades up, trying to get my, flow going with getting good grades, even though I was struggling inside with unknown dyslexia, where other teachers was just powering off as just being, just a bit, you're just not a bright mate, you just not got that talent, you just not got that gift that everyone else has. But then I just decided to go and find and seek out a mentor who could help me in maths, because maths was an important thing to me. I thought, if I don't get this maths, then that's it. It's game over for me if I don't get this maths. It was a really serious place that I was in, and it was like, I will get this maths. I just don't know how I'm going to do it, but I've got to get it. So what do you do when you want to chase a goal? You find the best people who can help you, and that can be teachers, your parents, and people who are your peers. You find out the best people and you work with them. So that's what I did. I found a teacher called Dr. Hawking, who was the only teacher out of the whole school who saw something in me. He saw that I had something, even though I was a bit not as bright as the others. There was something inside me that was shining. So then I used it. I used it as an opportunity to learn. But that same year came with some lows, because I got attacked by an armed gang with knives. Real knives. Not like the plastic ones, the real legit choppers. So it was a traumatic experience. It messed me up a lot, because I was dealing with, personal values of that I had defended myself, and I told a lie. I lied to my family that I did everything I could to stop it, and it was just one of those cases of wrong place at the wrong time. So I had to live with a lie, and it burned inside. That made me even worse. But I just ignored it and tried to get on with it the best I could. But in that life-threatening situation, it changed my whole perspective. That even though I had failed at maths, I was not going to be defined by it. It would be the making of me. So after that experience, I hit a brick wall. But I had to overcome it in some kind of way. And then I was lucky to have a great experience happen to me. I got an opportunity to act in a feature film, fulfilling one of my goals, one of my ambitions, something that I dreamed of since I was a kid. I got to act on the stage with these big names, big stars who I've dreamed about all my life. Stephen Graham, Mark Strong, Brian Cox. I was there. I was on the stage and I was doing my thing. I was acting, building my confidence, feeling the adrenaline flowing, and then boom, I had another crash. And the crash was that I was working so hard towards my goals. I was working like erratically, like a madman. After going through college, I was stable. But after going through theatre productions, I was working non-stop. Inspired me to write books as I was around positive people, which I'll come back to at the end. But one of the key things, what hit me, was this one conversation I had with a careers advisor. Now the careers advisor said to me, after I expressed my dreams and my goals, I want to experience what it's like to be an actor. I want to experience what it's like to be on the set. I want to work in production. I want to work in TV and film. And this is what I want to do, sir. He looked at me and he just said, nah. It's got to be more realistic, son. You've got to do the mediocre things. Basically, you've got to start from A to Z. And there's no way you can do any of that. I looked at him and I thought, you're so limited in your beliefs that you've limited the amount of opportunities you can have because of the negative conditioning. I looked at him and I said, unrealistic, sir? Unrealistic? I said, it's unrealistic to get in a plane, fly to another country and land there. But fortunately, the Wright brothers didn't think so. It's unrealistic, sir, to walk into a room, flick a switch and a light to come on. But fortunately, Thomas Edison didn't think so. So when I was going through all this stress and I was trying to get myself back on track, I learned to deal with situations through diving into the creative world, through ignoring everyone who was saying that I can't do things and can't do this and I can't do that. I just put all my energy into it. And it turns out I'm pretty good at writing, even though I've got a lot of people who say you're not because of my dyslexia. But I found what I like doing, and that's talking to people and expressing myself through poetry, through words, through books, through acting, through creative things like production. Which leads me to wanting to share a poem with you about bullying. And it starts with, I wear this shirt that defines me. I used to be a frightened kid, but now I've got those behind me. Often but not a lot, these are the types of people that understand me. We come from different worlds, but we see with the same eye. The hustler's eye. An enemy to my left and a friend who's a spy. Now these are the types of people you become aware of. Hidden, deluded by lies. Who's that from the woodworks? What a surprise. You can't live by truth when you wear those eyes. Untrustable, no surprise. This is the life I live, no lies. 17 years old, denies what is told, that you have to grow up. By growing up, other people define, leaving your childish dreams behind. Falling for average, the average is mine. You see, I'm becoming who I'm supposed to be. You fell for average, but what's that supposed to be? Stacking shelves and scanning codes. What truth do you live other than doing as you're told? Someone's casted you, don't blame me. The money's an illusion. You think you're better than me, living out another person's life that's not mine to be. Surrounded by jealous people, blinded to be. And my enemies laugh at the failure in me. But I'm becoming something they can never be. Now when I got put into hospital, I believed there was something, but for sure something wasn't right. I had unresolved personal conflicts and developed beliefs that I had no support in the path I was pursuing in life. No support. I spent a month in a psychiatric unit where I felt imprisoned against my own will, surrounded by negative things going through my mind, where I felt so low you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. I found hope and strength in connecting with others who were going through this traumatic time, such as trying to do themselves in. I poured in my heart, my passion, my purpose into each and every single one of these individuals. And I believe that without my influence, then maybe some of them might have not been here today. But it opened up another perspective of how meaningful life is and how we must value our time while we're here by helping others. Because if we don't help others, how are we supposed to help ourselves? Which leads me on to say, before I hit this mental breakdown, I was running so fast in my dreams. So fast like Usain Bolt. I was running like until I went, dropped. Like I got knocked out, sparked out, hit the 10 count, I was out. Hit this brick wall. And the brick wall crumbled on me. And it made me feel like I was losing it. Losing all sense of reality. Which leads me to saying that you need to design a tailor-made suit that fits you well. Now what do I mean by this? I mean that you need to design your life and how you live it. Meaning how much work you do must be designed, because you need to learn your limitations through self-awareness and actions that you take towards the path you pursue. You need to learn more about yourself than anything. Because even though you're chasing, which is good to chase these goals, these academic goals, but it's the person you become in the process of chasing these goals is what's going to define you and make you more valuable as a person than any pretty piece of paper. Thank you for your time. My name's Jack Nolan. If you'd like to speak to me at the end, please feel free.